Good morning, everybody. Today, you are going to become doctors of plants. Today, you are going to learn about the nutrients that plants need. Just like human beings, plants get sick too. But today, you're going to become doctors. You are going to not only know, hey, these are the symptoms of that plant, you're going to diagnose what's wrong, and you're going to be able to prescribe something to help those plants get stronger and better. But let's back up and do some review here. First of all, every plant, just like human beings, needs nutrients. Human beings need 21 essential nutrients. Plants, only 17. But today we're going to be talking about 3 main nutrients that plants cannot do without. We call those the essential nutrients. Can anybody tell me what essential is? What does that mean?
That like you have to have it.
Say it again. You have to have it. Okay. It's required. Just like you guys, it is essential that you have so many math classes to graduate, so many science classes to graduate. It's essential to your graduation. All right. Great job. So we got to think about, we know back in elementary school, we learned that plants have roots, and they take the nutrients up in their roots. But not all plants get their nutrients from just the soil. There's 2 other places. Can anybody give me an example? And I put up here that plants get their nutrients from the soil, from water, from air. Can anybody give me an example of any plants that might get their nutrients only from water, no soil? Addison.
Hydroponic plants.
Hydroponics plants. We have hydroponic towers out there. There is no soil involved at all. All the nutrients are in that water. How about air? This is a little bit harder.
Moss.
Moss in the trees. They grab it from the air. Okay. So plants have to get their essential elements, just like when we get our elements and our nutrients and our minerals from the food we eat. They get it from those 3 sources. All right. We talked about the word essential. Essential. We're going to talk today about 3 essential elements. Now, when I listed them here, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium. You'll also notice up here I put calcium and potash, or potash, however you want to say it. Anybody know why we might have calcium and potash? Troy?
No, calcium because it's Latin for potassium.
Awesome. Calcium is the Latin word for potassium. Long ago and far away, when they first put together the periodic table, and some of you may have had this in chemistry or your science classes, the elements have symbols. We're going to talk about those symbols today, and it's really important that we learn that the symbols fall in a specific order when we're talking about those 3 essential nutrients. So let's go backwards and take a look at this. Nitrogen has the symbol N. That's easy, right? Nitrogen starts with N. Easy. Phosphorus starts with P, and we say it's a P. Then we get to count to potash. We get to potassium. When we get to potassium, there are a couple names for that. Potash or potash, and then kalium. Kalium is the Latin term for potassium. So it gets the symbol K. Now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's going to be real important that we learn this order. And you'll see why in a few minutes, why it's important to always remember they come in this order. So I put together for you, we're going to talk a lot today about NPK. Can you repeat that for me?
NPK.
Awesome. All right. NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium. And I put together for you guys, because I say this all the time in my classroom, right? No phones, kids. N for no, N for nitrogen. P for phones, P for phosphorus. K for potassium or kalium. No phones, kids. If you can remember that order, it's going to be really, really important later on, especially when you go to the grocery store and you have to buy fertilizer. Now, you're probably asking, Miss Bellamy, why do we have to learn this stuff? Well, someday you guys will have a home of your own. Maybe you'll have a lawn and you want it to be nice and green, just like your neighbors. Maybe your boyfriend or girlfriend is going to send you a plant and you want to keep it nice and healthy. Maybe you're going to take the industry certification exam for agriscience. And maybe this might be on it. And more importantly, you have to learn this because Mrs. Bellamy is going to test you on it. Okay? So remember, it's NPK. What is it?
NPK.
All right, what does the N stand for?
Nitrogen.
P?
Phosphorus.
K?
Potassium.
Excellent, guys. Good job. All right, we're going to talk about each of these three and talk about what is it that they do for plants. First of all, nitrogen. It helps the plant gain energy in photosynthesis. We know photosynthesis is where plants make their own food. One of the signs, one of the symptoms of a plant that is lacking nitrogen is it turns yellow. We call that chlorosis. Remember back in the day when you learned about cells, and maybe you learned that an animal cell had 3 parts. Anybody remember the 3 parts of an animal cell? Come on, this is going way back to your elementary school days. It has a nucleus, a cell membrane, and cytoplasm. Okay. A plant cell has all 3 of those, but 2 more. And it is you just named it. Good job. Cell wall. And then it also has something called chloroplast. Chloroplast is what makes that plant green. When we don't have that green, we're suffering from chlorosis. Anybody ever had chlorosis? You turned yellow? No, we don't get that. Okay. All right. Good thing. If you turn green or yellow, guys, we're in trouble. All right. The leaves turn yellow. So that's a sign that you are lacking nitrogen. A picture of this. Here's a corn plant. Here's a fairly healthy corn plant. But as you can see, when that turns yellow, that's a good sign that it's lacking nitrogen. All right? Let's move on to phosphorus. Notice I made this. What color is this?
Purple.
Purple. Well, guess what? When a plant is lacking phosphorus, it is turning purple. Now, if it has purple flowers, it's okay. That's supposed to be that way. However, when the leaves and things start to turn purple, that's when you know, hey, we're lacking phosphorus. Phosphorus is what gives it, helps it to grow tall, helps it to bear fruit, helps it to grow and uses the water. So phosphorus is real important. You guys, my athletes, when you're lacking phosphorus, anybody know what happens to you guys? Cramps. Okay, well, our plants can't complain about cramps. They don't move around a lot. At least mine don't. It's going to turn purple to tell us, hey, I'm lacking phosphorus. All right, there's a good picture. That also is a corn plant. The same plant I just showed you a minute ago, but look at its leaves. Definitely purple. All right, our last one. This one, what color is this? It's kind of a brownish color. Okay. All right, this one is when a plant is lacking potassium, the leaves are going to start to curl up. They're going to turn brown. They're going to have spots. They're going to look really almost like someone burnt the edges of them. Okay? So potassium is that one that fights off diseases and gives it strength when we have cold days. Now here in Florida, we don't have a ton of those. Obviously, we have a freezing cold day, then a hot day, then a freezing cold day, and a hot day. This is the part that allows them to say, I'm going to thrive no matter what the weather is. Okay? So when they're lacking potassium, they're going to do what? Curl up. They're going to have burnt edges. Turn brown. Good job. Great job, ladies and gentlemen. And there is an example, same plant, this is still a corn plant, where the leaves have started to turn. They're curling up. The edges look like someone burnt them with a match. And they might have spots. Look at this one. This one's really looking sad. That's the notice. Hey, these are my symptoms. I'm sick. And that's when they're lacking potassium. All right. Well, how do we make them better? When you go to the doctor and you're sick, the doctor gives you a prescription. And he says, hey, you've got a cold. Let's try this. So They give you medicine or give you a prescription. You try it, and hopefully it makes you better. We can solve our plants' problems real easily with something called fertilizer. You guys probably have fertilizer in your garages or places your mom and dad may have put it, bought it for your plants. Fertilizer, guys, is just basically food for plants. Easy definition, food for plants. All right, you and I get our nutrients from what? Food, the food we eat, right? Mom says drink your milk because you need strong bones. Dad says eat that meat, you need the protein for those muscles. Somebody else says take some carbs, eat some carbs, you need some energy, right? And even though you don't think so, you need fat to help your body lubricate and move things through. And we definitely have to have water. So same thing with plants, guys. They have to have food as well. Yes, they make their own food, but just like us, we need some extra vitamins. Now, when you go into Home Depot or Lowe's, it's kind of like the cereal aisle at Publix. There are tons and tons of different cereals. There are tons and tons of different bags of fertilizer. So today we're going to learn, how do I know what bag to buy for my plants? So we're going to take a look at this bag. It has 3 numbers on it. Listen, 3 numbers. 3 numbers. And what did I say? We had 3 essential nutrients. Anybody remember what they were?
Nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium.
Awesome, guys. All right. Now, I also asked you to remember the order of 3 things. Those 3 elements. Can anybody remember what the three initials, three symbols are? Say it really loud. NPK. Now, anybody want to guess why there's 3 numbers on every fertilizer bag? Because they have nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Guys, this is the same thing. Every bag of fertilizer in Lowe's, Home Depot, wherever you go to buy your fertilizers, are going to have a bag with 3 numbers. This is fertilizer for our hydroponics tower. Can you tell me the 3 numbers that are across there?
2, 0, and 0.
Excellent. Here's another type of fertilizer for our hydroponics.
0, 1, 3.
All right. Okay, Addie, I don't know if you've got great eyes or not. Here's a bag of cow manure. It's a fertilizer for our plants. Can you read to me those?
0.5, 0.5, 0.5.
All of these have these numbers on the front. What do you think the correlation is, guys? Anybody want to raise their hand and tell me what that correlation might be? All right, Taylor.
Percent of the nutrients.
The percent of the nutrients. But what else does that mean? Yes, these are nutrients. Taylor. No phones, kids. So what does that mean? I've got a 15, a 10, and a 5. Can you make a guess? Troy?
How much percentage of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium there is?
Awesome. Great job. So if this has a 15, what does that 15 mean?
Nitrogen,
How much nitrogen?
15%.
15%. Excellent. What about the 10? What is that for?
Phosphorus,
Phosphorus. What is, I don't know what the 10. 10 phosphorus? 10? 10% of phosphorus. And then the 5?
5%.
Awesome. Okay. So we can read a fertilizer bag. We know how much fertilizer is in there. 15% nitrogen, 10% phosphorus, 5% potassium. You guys are right on point. Here's some bags. I just pulled some pictures up off the internet from Lowe's. This one has 22, 11, 11. Can anybody try to make a guess of what these represent? Okay.
The nitrogen, the phosphorus, and the potassium.
Okay, and how much? What does the 22 and the 11 mean?
The percentage of each.
Okay, so tell me what that percentage is.
22% of nitrogen.
22% nitrogen,
11% of phosphorus.
11% phosphorus.
11% of potassium.
Excellent. Great job. 11% potassium. All right, we've got another one over here. All right, Colton, thanks for volunteering. Colton, I just want to wake you up. Colton, this one has 2903. What do you think that means?
29% nitrogen, 0% phosphorus, and 30% potassium.
Ooh, this one has a lot of nitrogen. A lot of nitrogen. Cheyenne has a beautiful green lawn. I live next door to Cheyenne. I want to be just like Cheyenne when I grow up and have that big, beautiful lawn. Mine's yellow. Which of these two bags would best benefit me if my lawn is yellow? What do you think?
The second one.
The second one. So the one on the right?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Why did you say that? You're correct.
Because there's 1% of nitrogen in the first bag.
Very good. More percent of nitrogen than the first bag. All right, doctors. You are now doctors. Your patient came in and brought this plant and said, oh my goodness, I got a problem. Here's my plant. It's not looking so hot. Can any of you be doctors and tell me what symptoms do you see in that plant? Kaylee?
Purple leaves.
Purple leaves. Okay. Anybody see anything else?
Kind of yellow.
A little bit yellow. Okay. So glaringly, yes, we have some purple leaves. So what do we do, doctors? We know the symptom. What would you diagnose is wrong? Tanner?
Lacking phosphorus.
It's lacking phosphorus. So I am going to go to the grocery store, get some fertilizer, and I should, what's the prescription that you're going to give me?
Phosphorus.
Excellent. Okay. All right, here's another one, guys. Anybody want to raise their hand and tell me, doctors, what is wrong with this plant? All right, tell me what's wrong.
Some of the leaves are turning yellow.
The leaves are turning yellow. Okay, we know the symptoms. Anybody want to diagnose what's wrong? All right, Kiki? It's lacking nitrogen. So therefore, I should write a prescription for nitrogen fertilizer. All right, we'll do one more, and then we're going to do some group work. All right, who can tell me what's wrong with this? Symptoms?
It's lacking potassium. It's brown.
How'd you know?
It's brown and it's like curling up.
Okay, those leaves are curling. Does it look like somebody maybe burnt the edges of it? Jasmine?
It's turning yellow.
It's turning yellow. We see that yellow happening. We see those leaves turning brown. In this particular plant, guys, because if you look at all of it, yes, we see the yellow. That's one of the first signs and symptoms of being sick. Sometimes you get a cold. Jorge gets a cold. He goes in and he says, I can't stop sneezing. So the doctor gives him something for his sneezing. She goes in and gets a cold, and she says to the doctor, I'm not sneezing, but I have a runny nose and my throat really hurts. He gives you a prescription. You still have a cold. You both have colds. Somebody else goes in and goes, I've had this head cold and I have headaches. Again, the doctor says, well, yes, you have a cold, but here's the medicine I got to give you. So we might have to tweak our medicine. So what doctors would you prescribe for this particular plant's problem? Anybody? All right, Taylor?
High percent nitrogen and potassium.
All right, high percent nitrogen and potassium. How many of you think we should give it more potassium? How many of you think we need to give it more nitrogen? All right, you're all right. You're all right. And again, just like in medicine, it's the practice of medicine. We might give it that potassium first. And if that doesn't clear up the yellow, we're going to change our prescription, right? How many of you have ever gone to the doctor and the doctor says, well, we're going to try this. In a week, call me back and let me know how you're doing. Anybody ever had that happen? Or if this doesn't work, you're going to come back in and we'll relook at your problems. Well, we do the same thing with plants, guys. All right. Right now, oops, I'm going to hide that. Right now, I would like one person from each group to grab a board, a marker, and an eraser. Just one person. All right, at your tables, you are going to be a team of doctors. You are going to prescribe for me what is going on with this plant. I want to know what the symptoms are, what you diagnose it, and what you prescribe. So as a group, please talk about this, come up with a consensus. You're consulting doctors. Go. You have a minute. Let's go. Quickly, this plant is dying. Ready? Here's your plant, guys. Here's your plant. Sorry. There's your plant. Tell me what's wrong. Fast, fast, fast. What are you going to prescribe? Quick, quick, quick. All right, doctors. Would you please hold up your prescriptions? All right. Yes, 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 yes. All right. All right. All of you were in consensus. This plant is lacking potassium. And what did you see was wrong?
Burnt edges.
Okay, I heard curling leaves. I heard turning brown. Anything else? Say it again. Turning yellow. What's happening to the edges of some of the leaves?
Curling up.
Curling up. Great job. You had diagnosed that well. All right, we're going to do one more as a team. You ready? All right, doctors, here's your plant. Quick, quick, quick. You've got to quickly diagnose the problems. What are the symptoms? What do you see wrong? It's turning yellow. Oh, goodness. What else do you see? All right. All right. Good job. Nicely done.
The one behind everything.
Ooh, I got some good debate going on here. I like it. I like it. Good job, doctors. Come on, doctors. What do you think? What do you think? Your plant's dying. The patient, we're going to have to do CPR quick. Although we're not going to do CPR. We'll kill it. Okay. All right. Okay, hold your boards up, please, for me. Now, as I walked around the room, I saw that some of you said nitrogen. Great job. Why nitrogen, guys? Yellow. Everybody's saying yellow. But I also heard some great debate over here, some discussion. I heard you guys discussing. You guys said it needs a little bit of potassium. Why?
There's brown spots on it.
Yeah, like
And in the back.
the one in the back has a little bit of brown on it.
Brown spots. I see some burnt edges. I see where you're coming from. Okay. I see over here, you guys said a little bit of phosphorus. Why did you say phosphorus? It's okay. The stems are purple. Great eyes. All right. We all will be in agreement, I'm assuming, right? Everybody said nitrogen. That yellow is glaring. But sometimes we need a little tweak of this, a little tweak of that. So when we look for a bag of fertilizer, we're going to look for one that has a large number of, and then the second biggest thing would be, and then the final thing might be a little bit of, there you go. All right, everybody take a board. Take a marker and take an eraser. All right, here we go. With your boards, individually now, I want to see your doctor prescription. I want to see your symptoms, and I want to see what you think is wrong. What are you seeing? What does it need? Okay? Everybody's on their own. Doctors, most of us have one doctor when we go in. Sometimes when we have a lot of problems, we have a consultation, and you guys worked really well together. So let's see individually. What are you going to do? Ready? Here's your plant problem. Wait, I don't like that one. Let's do this one. Give me this one. Quick, 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 quick. Your plant's dying. We got to write fast. What are the symptoms? What does it need? What's your diagnosis? And last thing, prescription. Quick, 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 quick. Quick, it's dying. You got to write fast. Come on, you got this. You got this. Alrighty, let's hold those boards up. Let me see what you got. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. And you know what? He said chlorosis. Awesome. What's chlorosis?
When it's lacking nitrogen.
Very good. Yes. 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 Awesome. Awesome. Wonderful. If I could read it. No, just kidding. I can see it. Yes. 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 But you know, doctors never have very good handwriting. Yes. 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 Awesome. Oh my goodness. You all are going to pass medical school. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Great job. All right, let's do one more. One more. All right. This is a tricky one. This guy's got a lot of things going wrong. Final one. Come on, guys. Show me you know this. Tell me what the symptoms are. Tell me what the diagnosis should be. And then what are you going to prescribe? Okay, 10 seconds. The patient is waiting. This doctor is impatient. I want to see those results. All right, are we ready? Don't show your neighbors. Hold it up. Hold it up. Let me see, guys. Let me see. All right. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yes. All right. Okay. All right. Yes, 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 guys. You are doing amazing. Yes. 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 And I love the question mark. You know, that's what we need. Yes. 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 By the way, Mackenzie, you did guess right. Yes. Yes. Never doubt yourselves, guys. Never doubt yourselves. All right. Most of you told me it is lacking some nitrogen. But some of you told me it's lacking something else. Raise your hand and tell me what you guys said. What did you say, Taylor? Potassium. Taylor? And nitrogen. So we had a combo platter here, right? This guy came in, he's not feeling good at all. You know, sometimes you have the cold and the flu. And there's lots of symptoms with both. So, how many of you prescribed some nitrogen? How many of you prescribed some phosphorus? And how many of you prescribed potassium? Awesome. Good job, guys. Yes, this plant is turning brown. Its leaves are curling. You can see some little bit of purple. This plant was really sick. What do we need the most of? Potassium. What do you need second most?
Nitrogen.
Okay. And the last one?
Phosphorus.
All right, on your table you have a bag of fertilizer, 3 bags of fertilizer. I want you to pick your favorite bag. There's numbers on those bags that represent the nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium percentages. Tell me, just write the letter of the bag you would prescribe for your plant. Go. Which one would you prescribe for your plant? All right, hold those bags up. Hold those bags up. Or boards up. Boards up. All right, I've got some A's. I've got some B's.
Oh.
Okay, what you got, a B? We got a B. All right, excellent job. Our B bag has the most what in it? Potassium. It also has a lot of what? I did see an A bag. What made us pick maybe an A bag? Taylor.
It was yellow.
It was yellow. Okay. Does that A bag also have a lot of potassium in it?
No, yes, yes.
All right, let's look at that A bag. That A bag has 15% potassium.
Yes.
So it's pretty high as well. So great job. Excellent. Because we needed that balance. Okay, B bag had a lot of potassium, and it also had a lot of nitrogen. Great job. All right, I have a question for you guys. On a scale of 1 to 4, 1 being, I don't understand this at all. 2 being, I got this. A little bit more. 3 being, I'm good. I'm a good doctor. And 4 being, you know what, I should teach. Tell me whether you're a 1, a 2, a 3, or a 4. Hold those fingers up.
Fingers up, buddy.
I don't have any 1s. I don't have any 2s. I have 3s and 4s. Excellent job today, guys. Wonderful. You did it. You guys now can prescribe what's wrong with these plants. You guys did a wonderful job. Thank you very, very much.